So I am going to cover everything I missed from the class today. Okay, so y'all should be seeing this lecture sheet here. Number 4 is one I didn't get to. And this is pretty nice, just application of the identity. You see we have the cosine A, cosine B, sine A, sine B. This is exactly this scenario right here. So I can see that this has to be the cosine of 70 plus 20, which is the cosine of 90 degrees. And the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. Okay. And this one right here, we have sine cosine minus cosine sine. If you take a look at the identities here, this is a sign difference problem. So what I'm looking at is the sine of pi over 12 minus 7 pi over 12, which is the sine of negative 6 pi over 12, which is the sine of negative pi over 2, which is negative 1. So it's still just direct application of the identities. Okay, so the ones that I think are probably more interesting that I really wish I had gotten to in class today were the established the identities. Okay, well this one, sine pi plus theta. So I am gonna, this is an A and a B. So I'm going to apply my identity. So this is gonna be sine of pi times the cosine of theta plus the cosine of pi times the sine of theta. The sine of pi is 0, right? So all of this is going to be gone. And the cosine of pi is negative 1. So this is just all going to equal negative sine theta. And there we go. We've established our identity. All right. Now this last one here. I am trying to show that the sine of A plus B over cosine A cosine B is equal to tangent A plus tangent B. Okay, so the first, I'm going to start with the left-hand side, and the first thing I'm going to do is sine A plus B. I have an identity right there for it. So I'm going to say that is sine A cos B plus cos B sine A all over all right, now we have a fraction. We have two terms in the numerator and one term in the denominator. So I'm able to split this up as sine A cos B over cos A cos B plus cos B sine A over cos A cos B. Now everything can cancel. So my cosine b's can cancel over here. And my oh no. Shoot.